From reading the local news stories, and I'm starting to see people coming out with their daggers and trying to put you in boxes. And are you prepared for this real battle?
Are you kidding me? I've been serving on city council. if listen, we have something called public session every Tuesday, and that means whomever signs up on that list, they can say whatever their heart's desire. So they might get on film and camera and blast you and tell you the worst person that ever stepped foot on earth, or they might hug you and thank you for your service, and you have to be prepared to deal with it all. The point of it is politics is a dirty game, right? We know that, but I understand that politics is a means to a much more significant end, which is about serving the people who need us to serve them. So when I think about access to healthcare or economic opportunity in our country, and how many people are really counting on us to do our jobs, not counting on us to talk about a job and not counting on us to give a speech. Doing the job means that something has changed in my life. Doing the job means I now have opportunities that I didn't have before you were in office. That's doing the job that people need us to do. So when you're talking about life and death issues, like when I was growing up, my dad was diagnosed with cancer. I was 10, and he passed away from it when I was 17 years old. But that's how I learned what healthcare access was in our country, because I would ask my dad, I said, well, this insurance stuff, because he explained what insurance was and how it worked. And I said, well, are they going to cover this? Because my dad was getting experimental treatments at the time. And my dad would say, well, we'll have to find out. But I said, well, what if they say no? And my dad would say, well, we'd have to figure something else out. And I said, well, what if somebody can't figure something out? I was one of those kids who never stopped asking questions.
Me too.
And so I'd ask him, I said, well, what if somebody can't figure it out? What happens next? And the truth is, that's a life or death answer for people all across America. It's not just in Texas, it's everywhere. And you need folks who understand that, who've lived that experience, take that with them and understand we cannot afford to wait 5, 6, 7 years to debate healthcare access. We've got to deliver now because their lives hang in the balance now. So when I think about those types of issues, it allows me to be able to power through the politics and the dirty politics that we'll face.